Good morning, dear students. Welcome back to my science online class. Today we will discuss fourth chapter from your science book. So all of you open your books, page number 28. See, the chapter name is Sorting Materials into Groups. Sorting means to arrange, means arrange some materials into groups. See introduction number 1. What are things made of? There are several things in our surrounding, and how these things made of? What are the materials? Number 2, properties of materials. All materials have some properties. So in this chapter we are going to learn these 2 points. Okay, we see many different things around us. So in our surrounding there are many different things, not only one type of things in our surrounding. There are several types of things. These objects vary in size, shape, color and uses. The things which are found in our surrounding, they are vary in size. Vary in size means their sizes are different, their shapes are different, they have different colors and they have different uses also. Means they are used in different works. Okay, they are made of different materials. So all the things are made up of different materials. We can divide and arrange various objects in various groups based on features. So we can divide the things or objects, and also we can arrange various objects in various groups based on their features, means how they appears, how they look like. This is called sorting. So this is the definition of sorting. Sorting means to divide and arrange various objects in various groups based on features. Underline this sentence. Okay, have a look at the things inside your school bag. You will find things like eraser, pencil box, water bottle, lunch box, book, pencil, pen, ruler, etc. So in your school bag you carry different types of things, means you carry always eraser, pencil, books, paper or copies, right? Pen, ruler, etc. So all these things are different from each other in their sizes, in their shapes and color also. Okay, what are things made of? An eraser is made of rubber. So eraser is made of a rubber, made of rubber. Book is made of ink. Paper and glue. Pen is made of plastic and ink. Pencil is made of wood, paint and lead. Ruler is made of wood or plastic. Pencil box is made of plastic and paint. Lunch box is made of steel or plastic and so on. So all the things you have carry in your school bags are made of different materials. So these are the materials given in this book. Means eraser made of rubber, ruler is made of wood or plastic, ruler. Okay, some objects are made of one material and some objects are made of more than one material. To form some material, we have to collect or we have to use only one material. Only one material is sufficient to make some object, but to make some other objects more than one material is needed. Okay, rubber, ink, glue, wood, plastic, steel, paint and paper are all examples of materials. So these are the examples of some materials. Activity 1. Write 5 objects which you use in your daily life made of different materials. In this activity 1, some name of some materials are given. You have to write objects which are made from the material. Means here material number 1 wood is given. Wood is the material and you have to write here what objects are made of wood. Okay, which are used by yourself in your daily life. Understand? So do this. This is your homework. Okay. The same material can be used to make different things. Example, a chair can be made of plastic, metal, wood, etc. Means a chair, there are different types of chairs. Some are wooden chairs, some chairs are made up of wood, some chairs are of plastic. So the same material can be used to make different things. Example, a chair can be made of plastic, metal, wood, etc. So see activity 2, fill in the table using some common objects used in daily life. Here you have to write some objects. See, 2 examples are given. Objects, plate, material made of, means plate is either made of paper, glass, steel, plastic. Means to make a plate we have to use paper, glass, steel, plastic. We use paper plate, we use glass plate, we use steel plate and plastic plate also, right? And school bag, what type of material is used to make a school bag? You have to write here. Okay, so this is also your homework. We have seen from the above that the objects are made of different materials. A material can be used to make various objects and an object can be made of different materials. So we can say that a material can be used to make various objects. Means one type of material can be used to make various objects and an object can be made of different materials. Means say an example, wood. Wood is used to make pencil also, chair also, dining table also. Okay, and plate, an object which is made of paper, glass, steel, plastic. So this is the difference. And remember this line, a material can be used to make various objects and an object can be made of different material. Okay, how is it decided that which material should be used to make which object? To answer this question, we need to know the properties of material. So to know which material is used to make which object, we have to know the properties of material. Okay, see now next topic, properties of materials. Different materials have different properties. There are different materials in our surrounding and different materials have different properties, that is different features which distinguish them from each other. They are different from each other on the basis of their features, different features. These differences in properties help us to group different materials into different classes. So on the basis of the properties we can differentiate or we can group the materials into different classes. Understand? But remember that there are 2 properties which are common to all materials. So you have to remember that there are 2 properties which are common to all materials. All materials occupy space, means for being a material they have to occupy space. All materials have mass, means they have their mass to being a material. Can you use paper or cloth to make a bucket? It would be silly as both paper and cloth will not be able to hold water. If you use a paper or cloth, they will not be able to hold water. Buckets are usually made of plastic or metal because we use the buckets which are made of plastic or metal and are used to hold water. But if we make a bucket from paper or cloth, that bucket which are made of cloth or paper, they will not be able to hold water. Okay, we choose a material depending on its properties and use of the object. So we have to know the properties to use the materials. Grouping together of these of things which similar properties is called classification. So grouping of the things with similar properties is called classification. Example, living and non-living things. You know what are the living things and what are the non-living things. You know the differences. So you have to write the differences between living things and non-living things. Okay, you have to submit me right now. Natural and man-made things, solid and liquids. So also you have to write the differences of natural and man-made things and also solid and liquids. Okay, this is your homework. Let us study some of the properties of materials which help us to classify things. So in this chapter there are some properties are given of materials which helps us to classify the things. Appearance. Materials look different from each other. So we know materials are different in looking or in feature, in sizes, in shape from each other. Plastic looks different from paper. Plastics is different, paper is different. Paper appears different from wood. Iron looks different from aluminium and so on. There may be certain similarities between iron and aluminium which are not present in plastic. We can thus classify materials on the basis of appearance. So these are the some examples, that paper is different from plastic, plastic is different from wood, iron looks different from aluminium and so on. Okay, so we can classify materials or things on the basis of their appearance. Understand? So students, it's your today's class. I hope you all understand the class, today's class. So in our next class we will discuss the rest topics. Okay, so thank you, have a great day ahead.